Good afternoon. My name is Lakeisha Charles, and this is Keisha's Corner. I have a private practice, Charles Community Counseling Center, and I am a licensed clinical social worker. I decided to start giving some quick bits on just positive image, self care, mental health care, and whatnot. Not everyone is able to afford to go into counseling, either for lack of insurance or lack of funds. So I wanted to find a way to be able to give back just little nuggets of information to help individuals along the way and start their week. So this is the first of many videos that I plan to post at least weekly. My disclaimer, this is my personal experience mixed in with 20 plus years of professional experience, and I just wanted to give back in a way that would be beneficial for those that may not be able to go sit in a therapist's office for an hour or more. So today's talk is going to be on just positive self-care. This month is about love, and Valentine's Day is this month, and about caring for others and loving others. But I wanted to start this month with learning to love yourself first. You can't love someone else if you don't love yourself first. And learning to be comfortable with yourself and comfortable with your body or your hair. Everybody have their insecurities, as far as what they like or don't like about themselves, but we're all in the image of God. And so being able to take care of the one temple you have, the one mind that you have, trying to keep it in a right state of mind or get it back to a right state of mind. So what can we do to positively take care of ourselves? A lot of us spend a lot of time taking care of other people, whether it's our children, our spouses, our aging parents, friends, extended family members, work-related things. A lot of us are in a helping profession, so we spend a lot of time helping other people. But in the process of that, we tend to neglect taking care of ourselves. So how do we get back to that? Being able to sustain helping all those individuals that we have been purposed to do. But I always tell my clients, if you don't take care of yourself, you're no good to anybody else. So that means getting adequate sleep. You don't get enough sleep, you will lose your mind. You ever been so tired, you're cranky, or you're irritable? It comes out in your relationships. It comes out at work. It comes out with your children, so we want to make sure we are getting adequate sleep. Another bit of being able to take care of yourself is proper nutrition. Many of us, guilty, sometimes we get busy and we're running through the day and we're taking care of this and taking care of that and this person and that person. It's easy to pick up something quick like a burger or some chicken or a taco or whatever. And over time, that adds up. You ever ate so much that you just felt sluggish? Then your mental health is impacted as well as your physical health. So being able to stop for a moment to prepare meals ahead of time if you know your week is going to be busy. Being able to make sure you incorporate positive things as far as the fruits and the vegetables, the dark green vegetables, the things that's full of magnesium to help your muscles relax, the things that's full in fiber to help things digest properly, moving accordingly. All these things are incorporated in our self-care, being able to eat proper nutrition. So yeah, it's going to take some planning ahead, but it doesn't have to be as costly as we have always assumed. It costs a lot to eat better. And to some degree, that's true, but it doesn't have to be. We can substitute certain things, and there's certain things that are an acquired taste, but this is all part of self-care and loving yourself. You have one temple. I've worked on the hospital side for, 15 plus years. And the things I've seen come into the hospital has encouraged me to start trying to do better with taking care of myself, so I don't end up in the same position someone in their mid 40s or 50s, my age, ending up in a hospital bed because of what I did, years prior. So back to getting adequate sleep and proper nutrition, eating well. Not saying you can't have any of the good stuff, the fried stuff or the oily stuff and everything, but just not so much, not every day, not getting so busy ripping and running that we neglect our bodies. Because if you go down, who's going to take care of all them people you're responsible for, that you made yourself responsible for? And then moving, you know, I know some people are some gym rats. I am not a gym rat, but I know that moving is a good part of taking care of myself. Now, mind you, part of maintaining a healthy lifestyle is 80% nutrition and 20% exercise. And exercise doesn't have to be strenuous. It can be walking 30 minutes a day, 20 minutes, getting up periodically. We get so caught up with, we think we're moving when we're at work, but it's not really considered exercise because we're constantly stopping. Because I used to fool myself and think, oh, I'm at the hospital, I'm working or whatever, I'm moving or whatever, but wasn't really moving as much as I should have been. And I was also not eating the right things. So I had to make some changes for me to avoid being in the same position of those individuals that I'm trying to help as well. I had to learn to practice what I preach, in other words. Another thing is learning to be still. Preaching to the choir here, because Lord knows I struggle with keeping still. And that's something I had to pray about and learn to choose my battles, and learning to set boundaries as well, and learning to take care of myself. And part of taking care of myself was learning how to be still, be present in the moment. You hear a lot of talk about mindfulness meditation, or just being mindful of what's going on with you, mindful of your surroundings, mindful of what you eat. So what does all that mean? It means being present in the moment. When you're sitting down eating a food, even if it is a burger, what does it taste like? What's the texture like? Do you take your time to chew and enjoy that meal and actually pay attention to when you get full? Being able to drink in between that. What does that drink feel like going down? If you're, touching something, what does it feel like? The different textures of the different fabrics. It'll also teach you to pay attention to your body, pay attention to your mind, because when you're mindful of what's going on with you, you will pay attention when your body's feeling a little out of whack, and when your mind is not clear, when you're having racing thoughts, when you realize you haven't been sleeping as well as you had been before, or you have been not eating as well as you had been, or if your stomach is not feeling well. Your stomach is your second brain. Everything has to flow through there as well. And so being mindful of those things. So making sure we're getting adequate sleep, we're getting proper nutrition, and that we're being mindful, learning to be still, and sometimes just enjoying the moment. Getting sunlight, adequate sunlight. It's important, the things that we take for granted, being able to enjoy the flowers, being able to enjoy the sunlight hitting your face, being able to enjoy that fresh breeze that's coming through when on a hot day, Lately it's been cold, but even just being present in the moment and taking time to feel that, The sunlight has a lot of vitamin D. It energizes you. A lot of what we deal with on a day-to-day basis, mentally, physically, and spiritually, we have everything we need to heal our bodies. Your body is an amazing temple that is built to take care of you and nurture you and heal you. Your mind is a powerful tool, and we have to take care of it. I've seen individuals, placed on hospice, not necessarily because of the illness that they were dealing with. It may have been a chronic illness, a terminal illness, but the treatments they're doing is starting to work. But because the mind has started to fail, and it's literally called failure to thrive, a person can be put on hospice because the mind is shutting down. We have to take care of our minds, our bodies, and our souls. They all intertwine. If we are not physically taking care of ourselves, mentally and spiritually, we can start to decline. If we are not mentally taking care of ourselves, physically and spiritually, we can start to decline. It's a lot of the individuals I get in my office and sitting with face to face because one or the other fell out of balance. So how do we get back into balance? And that's been my whole theme of trying to finding and helping people bridge that gap from where they're at right now to where they desire to be. Sometimes we got to work through the past to figure out, okay, what could I have done differently? What lessons could I have learned to take better care of myself? And then I want to meet you where you're at right now so we can figure out how to move forward, because we can't change the past, and that's mentally where we fall sometimes, because we will spend so much time thinking about the past and what we could have changed. But be mindful, be present in the moment, and learning to adjust and figure out what we can do differently moving forward. How can I better love myself? How can I better take care of myself during this time? And so, getting adequate sleep, proper nutrition, moving, learning to be still, and don't forget your water. My clients joke with me because I'm always asking, how much water are you drinking? What did you eat this week? How did you sleep this week? And so some of them even send me videos. Hey, Miss Lakeisha, I drank some water today. Especially those individuals that not used to drinking water. But you start feeling better, and you start really flushing your system, and you start, you're mentally and physically and spiritually start finding some small differences and improvements. And we celebrate the successes, celebrate yourself. It doesn't have to be a matter of waiting for somebody else to praise you and celebrate you. God has given you everything you need to take care of yourselves. God is there to prepare you. He is preparing you for the journey He has for you. We all have a purpose, but to be able to fulfill that purpose, we got to practice self-care. So back to getting adequate sleep, proper nutrition, learning to move, as far as exercise, nothing strenuous. Also learning to be still, and don't forget your water. Happy Valentine's Day.